So it's 10 p.m. Finally home for the day. Done with everything, sort of. Gotta do laundry and organize some stuff. My bed has turned into a shelf full of running stuff, so I'll have to figure out where all that's gonna go. Gotta pay some attention to this guy. Just kind of mad because I'm always running or studying or working or doing something. But anyway, today we did our 3 hour and 30-minute run. It was pretty good. Oh, sorry. We ran on the MKT trail. It's like a gravel road, spans most of Missouri, connects to the KD Trail, goes from Kansas City to St. Louis. So nice long trail. I was a little iffy going in at first as a cyclist. You know, I'm really used to riding on the road and having all these distractions of cars, and other cyclists are usually with me, or you know, you got those people who ride up next to you and scream at you until you get off the road. All the honking and screeching brakes and screaming radiators. So I'm pretty used to that. And I've ridden my bike on the MKT a couple times and just get tunnel vision. You're just in the woods and that's all there's there, and just didn't dig it. But you know, I was like, all right, we can try it out. So feelings definitely changed after run. MKT is probably where we will do all of our long runs. It's nice and flat. Running is completely different than cycling, and you don't want all those distractions and things. It's really about focusing and, you know, just getting in the zone. And it's really hard to do that when you have all the distractions of the drivers and all that crazy fun stuff out on the road. So MKT is going to be great. There was a ton of people out today. It was really good to see everybody out being active. It was like 65 degrees ish, yeah, but it was really windy. It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds and up. So it was kind of good that we were back in the woods on the trail, because the trees kind of blocked the wind and we didn't have to deal with that very much. Because just like cycling, wind is not fun. You know, it's hard to push through 20-mile-an-hour winds. So we had a really good run. I'm just overwhelmed still with our results today. 21 miles, guys. Yeah. Just huge accomplishment for us. For anyone, I mean, you know, how many people can say, yeah, I've ran over 20 miles? It's a very small portion of the population. And we can say that we have. And it's just an awesome feeling, you know? It's the longest run I've ever done. And it's the longest run Jess has ever done. And it's just, people are like, why would you run 20 miles? And you're like, because I can. And I just love pushing my limits and seeing how far I can go. And today was 21 miles. I used the Garmin today. Pretty cool, little gadget. I talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to go into some more detail. Came with a heart rate monitor, which I wanted to do some heart rate training, so it's really nice. Also can interchange with cycling. It'll go on my bars, and my cat wants to play with it. So it has 3 uses: cat toy, bike, and running. Anyway, it's awesome. It's way better than my silly applications on the iPhone 4. Just way more accurate. Has a lot of great features. It'll time stops when we stop, so I don't have to worry about reaching in my bag and turning off the app anymore. And I can set it down next to my computer, plug in this little USB stick right here, and it automatically uploads the information onto a website. And this website just displays all of our information. It's called Garmin MyConnect, I think, and gives us maps, elevation levels, averages for each mile. So we had 21 of those today, which is awesome. You can get splits. You can just pretty much do anything you want. It's customizable. It's just awesome. I'm still super excited about that. As Jess said, I Oop, almost lost it. This is iPod Shuffle. Looks really great compared to this. However, it's not holding a charge for some reason. I did a little research on Apple's website, and it seems like a recurring problem, so not really sure what's going to end up happening. I might send it back, contact Apple, see if I can get another one. I'm going to try some other charging techniques, and maybe that'll work out, but it would be great for running. Just clips onto the belt. Got this little clip there, and don't have to lug around the big phone, so we'll see if I can get that fixed. Hopefully I can. Some more about our run. The new socks that I got, just awesome. When we got back, took my socks off, completely dry, just no moisture at all, and I've never had that before. You know, cycling, running, usually your socks are just nasty, sweaty, and these socks, just wonderful. They're called Dry Max. I was telling Jess she should probably invest in a pair of them because she has all those blisters and things, and I think part of the reason is she has all this moisture and it's rubbing, and this will really help out, I think. So I'm gonna let her try out. I got 2 pairs, so I'll let her try out one of my pairs and see if it works for her. Hopefully it does, because she was kind of just bleeding all over the place today after the run because of her blisters, which is terrible. You know, it leads to the possibility of more infections and that, and we don't have time for that, and I think she knows that. Dealt with some minor pain today, legs, knees, feet. I wore my compression sleeves, which help out a lot in this transition into the Newtons, and you know, I think it's just a part of running, having these quirks and aches and pains, and you just got to deal with it. And a lot of people, it just kind of pushes them away from the sport. They're like, I don't want to deal with that. And shin splints, you know, people just stop after they get shin splints. But the true runners, like, you just overcome that. And I like to call it the zone. We get in the zone, and you know, your knee might be throbbing, but you're so focused on running that the pain goes away. It's still there, but you're not thinking about it, and it's also called runner's coma. So it's just the best feeling, and I won't rant anymore about that, but yeah. Some other things are feeding today amazed me. We're doing run straight for an hour, no food. At a 1 hour time limit, we are eating shot blocks. We each have 3 at a time. These specific ones that I bought have 50 grams of caffeine, so it's supposed to help you keep going, and I think it's making a big difference. But we bought a box. I bought a box this big, comes with 18 of them. We used 5 today, 5 packages, so I'm gonna be going through those like super quick. So Alpine Shop is really gonna like me. We also took Newtons, not the shoes. Well, the shoes, my Newtons, but the Newton cracker kind of things. Not crackers, you know, fig Newtons. Anyway, took those. We took some dried fruit, but we didn't open those up yet. We need to figure out if those are gonna work for the 50-miler. Because towards the end of the run, I think on the last time we ate, we just kind of get sick of the giant fruit snack-sized Clif Bloks. So they're good for a while, but then you're kind of like, and that could just be from running. Your stomach gets upset, but we'll see. I don't know what else I got for you guys. You know what? I'll end with this. While I was home, I went out for lunch. Went out to lunch with my mom, and we were talking about running. And she said, "So is this 50 thing that you're doing? Is that a 50K?" like 50 kilometers. And I was like, no, it's 50 miles, it's half of 100, 50 miles. And she just looked at me and said, why? Why are you doing this? And I kind of laughed a little bit, and I was like, well, Mom, you should read my blog. And she was like, oh, I know all your philosophical reasons why you're doing this. And I was pretty much like, well, those are my only reasons. And I was reading this article online. Doesn't have a lot of research or anything to back it up, but there was some athletic doctor talking about this thing that some athletes have. And they strive to find their limit. They're just constantly striving to find their limit and to make that limit bigger and bigger. And I'd like to think that Jess and I have that thing. And the article went on to say, like, this sort of thing that these athletes have, it's not something that can be taught. The coach can't teach you this sort of technique. It's just something you're born with, or you learn very early on. And I think the both of us have that, and we're constantly trying to surpass our limit and make the limit bigger. And Jess kind of hinted at, 50 might not be the end, and it's probably not going to be the end. Probably try to do a 75 and 100, maybe. We'll see. First we have to finish the 50, but that would be really cool to do the ultra, the top. You can't. There's nothing above 100. At least I don't think. So I think we're not going to end at 50. So this blog could go on forever, and I don't know. This is addicting. It's not just training anymore. It's really like a lifestyle that we're living. People go out on the weekends here in the college town, and they're drinking and doing that kind of thing, and that's their high. That's what they love to do, and that's fine. But my high is completely different. I'm going out, busting my ass running 21 miles and getting that same high they're getting, and it's just great. So we got the race coming up on Saturday. It's gonna be the 26th in Sarcoxie, Missouri. It's 15 miles. If you've read previous blog entries from me, you'll know that I'm gonna try to win. Might be over my head. I'm not sure. I've never really raced competitively, and there's probably a lot of technique and things that I'm not familiar with. When to give an effort, when to hold back. It's similar to cycling. There's all kinds of mental games and techniques involved that you don't know about until you've done it a lot. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really determined to place well and possibly win it. So I think my legs are going to be in good shape. My plan for next week is to cut the Monday and Wednesday runs in half, so not a lot of mileage. I'm not going to run Friday probably. I'm going to have Jess drive down there so that I can rest my legs on the way and just try to get some good sleep, eat some good stuff before I go, and just give it my all. And we'll keep you guys updated. We both have iPhones, so we can post on the way home or whatever. And Jess had said this at the end of her post today that like people who read, people who comment, these hits that we're getting, like, this really keeps us going. And I know the iPhone is great, and I'm on it during class, or sorry Mom, I'm on it during class or at work, and just checking the blog. I'm like, oh yeah, who's commenting today? Because those things just inspire us, and it's awesome to know that people are following us and interested in this. And some people have said things like, I want to get back into running. This sounds great. And other people are just supporting us, and it's wonderful. So we really appreciate you guys. I'm going to say that too, and just keep following us, because this journey is going to just keep getting better and better. And Really appreciate it, and keep you guys up to date, and thanks for following us. Alright, I'll see you guys later, and I'll post tomorrow. See ya.